Assalamu alaikum. I'm Fatima, and I guess I'm going to tell my story of how I guess Islam found me. I didn't really find it, it found me. I was about 12 when I denounced Christianity. I didn't understand it. Like, nothing ever really made sense to me. To me, it was just, nothing made sense. The stories didn't add up. I started looking from 12 years old on, and my first encounter was Hinduism. And my friend was trying to explain it to me with the whole the dot and drinking cow pee and stuff. So I was like, all right, nope, this is not for me. I don't like it. So next, I waited till I got like maybe 14, 15. Then next was Wicca. Of course, I'm in high school, of course, and you got all these other influences. So I'm in high school learning Wicca from my friends and the candles and all this other stuff. So I was like, all right. My friend one day at lunchtime gave me a necklace with a circle and a star. So, I put it on. I was like, oh, okay, they have it on too. So I put on the necklace and I tripped up the stairs. I failed my test. And when I got home, my mom gashed her finger. So I guess it kind of scared me a little bit. So I ran outside to the nearest sewer, I ripped the necklace off and threw it in the sewer. So then after that, I get to, 16, 17, and I figure, okay, let's try something else. So I went back to Christianity, but like a different part, not Baptist, but I went to Catholic Christian and didn't understand that either. It was the same thing. So I still felt lost and felt like I had no direction at all. So I figured I don't know, like if I was gonna find a religion or find a belief, it'll come to me. So I don't know, I just stopped looking for it altogether because I was like, okay, maybe there isn't anything out there, and just live life. And I don't think you can exactly know what living life is without faith. So I don't know, I still felt lost, just hanging out with friends and parties and cars and just hanging out. And hanging out really gets you nowhere, gets you in trouble. The hangout phase, then there comes, I don't know, I met a brother that I was working with at a financial firm. So, I don't know, like he said one day, oh, let's go to lunch. So I said, all right, we can go to lunch. So he takes me to, a gyro place. And the gyro place had, like, the Quran's at the door, but, like, I walked in there and I'm wearing, like, the mini skirt and had the big hair and the big nails and everything. And I walk in there and a guy behind the counter looks at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, looking at him like, I'm the normal one. I don't know what she's looking at. So, we get the food. I look at the place where they had the Qurans, and then I walked out. I looked, but then I just walked away. I didn't know what it was. I was like, okay, Quran, all right, walk out. So the brother, he picks it up and takes it out. So we get to the car, and he's like, I want you to read this. And I look at him, I was like, when's the last time you see me read anything? So he's like, no, please just read it. Give me your opinion on it and, whatever you think about it. So I was like, all right, all right. So I read it. I reread it. I read that Quran about 5 times. I still, to this day, have that same Quran wrapped in plastic on the top of my TV because that's the highest spot in my room. And, excuse me, when I had questions for him, he never answered my questions, and I never understood why. So what I did was I went on, I believe it's Islam.com. I went on Islam.com, and I would just look, Google, internet. The internet was everything because I had no one I had no one to teach me anything. I didn't know any Muslims. I was by myself searching. And I never I don't know, it just interested me so much. So I kept looking. Then I asked the brother one day, what does people of the book mean? And I'm reading it. He's like, what do you mean, people of the book? I'm like, people of the book. It says in the Quran, people of the book. And he's like, well, the people of the book are like, like you. I was like, what do you mean, me? Like, feeling like I did something wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, like Christian, Jewish people. And I cried. I was like, oh no, I'm lost. There's something wrong here. I was like, why didn't anybody tell me? How come I've never heard of Islam? I've always seen the girls with their hair covered, but never understood why. I'm like, okay. I never thought it was weird either. I thought it was kind of interesting. I'm like, okay, there's strong women. They could wear that all day. But after he told me that, I think that's the only question he ever answered for me. Then I remember one day just being so frustrated at the fact that I didn't know anything, didn't know how to pray, couldn't pronounce the words. I wrote it down, looked at the moves on the internet, but I couldn't pronounce it. I didn't even know what Arabic was. I didn't understand. So I walked to the 99-cent store because I knew my friend worked there. And I remember I went to high school with her and she was Muslim. So I went to one of my friends and I asked if she worked there. And she's like, oh no, she doesn't work there anymore, but I can take you to a sister. So she takes me to the sister behind the counter. The sister behind the counter tells me she didn't know English good, and she takes me to the manager. So I talked to the manager, and I believe I was in that store for a good 5-6 hours talking to the manager, and he ended up inviting me to his house. And after I got to his house, I met his wife. We ate dinner. Talk. I left there with books. She taught me how to put on a hijab. She gave me my first hijab. I didn't leave till about 2 o'clock in the morning. But I learned so much. I learned how to pray in that one day because I guess repetitively trying to figure out how to pronounce the words and knowing the meaning and putting the movement with the words and everything, it was a little easier when somebody actually shows you. So I learned to pray. I started doing my 5 prayers, and of course I had a hard time with my family because, of course, the whole covering thing, and they're all Christian, and now I think I'm the only second Muslim now. And I don't know, I mean, to have your family kind of like do that to you, yeah, it hurts, but if you just hold on to your faith, just hold on to it so tight, you won't feel alone. You won't feel like, oh, nobody likes me, nobody loves you. Yeah, somebody loves you. Somebody way up there loves you. And I don't know, you can like feel the love. You can feel it. But I love Islam, and Islam changed I'm getting emotional. Islam changed my whole life. Like, I have goals. I'm calm. I actually care. I take care of what I'm wearing and everything like that, and reading. And to this day, I'm still learning. I took my Shahada offline, by the way. I took my Shahada offline. I wrote it down, like I put my ear to the speaker because, my mom was home and she didn't really agree. I didn't tell her, I told my dad first, but I put my ear to the speaker and I'm listening to how to say it. I go in my room and I took it by myself. On April 15th, I think, 2 years? It's 2010, 2007, I believe. That's when I took it. By myself in my room after listening to a speaker and a Muslim couple that helped me how to pray and learn, and I don't know, they gave me my first janamaz, my prayer rug. They're great people, and I don't know. Islam is great. So I don't know. I'm hoping somebody gets something out of my little tape. So thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum.